Bellator's making some moves, man. You know, they're doing Mitrion versus Fedor, and they're gonna. Lorenz Larkin just signed with them.
Yeah.
Roy McDonald signed with them. I mean, that's a stable now. They have a legit stable. Like, especially their 170-pound division is super legit.
Oh yeah, Daly MVP.
Lima.
Yeah, Lima.
Korshkov.
Yeah.
That's a serious division, man. And now Fedor. Very interesting. What did you think about the Fedor Mitrion thing where they had to pull out, like Mitrion had to pull out because of his kidney stone, and then they're going to schedule it again, apparently. Mitrion's
that's
cleared.
Madison Square Gardens.
Yeah.
So June 24th.
That's a pay-per-view, right?
Pay-per-view, first one for Bellator.
Pay-per-view's tough, man. It's tough to get people to buy something they've been getting for free.
Right. And but I think this card they're stacking it pretty heavily.
Chael Sonnen versus Vanderlei.
Yeah.
That's a good fight.
That's where Rafael has been going down into, I forget how to say it, but Curitiba, Brazil, down there, and was sparring with Vanderlei before his fight.
Sparring with Vanderlei is a fight, apparently.
Yes.
Apparently you're fighting.
Yes. He sent me a meme of something like, let's train easy. And Vanderlei saying like, yeah, train easy. But it's that picture of him in Pride or something, or maybe training, where he's jumping in the air and he's just coming down with a big hammer fist and going to land on you with his feet.
Yeah.
It's like, that's a light day.
He's kind of known for that, just being a barbarian 24/7.
Yeah.
But that's why he was so fun to watch.
Yeah. And I think what you said and just asked about what did I think between Fedor and Matt Mitrion when they had to pull out, man, I flash back right away to, do you remember whenever Stefan Struve had to pull out of his fight with Mitrion backstage? And
yeah.
They were...
He was like blacking out or something, right?
I think he passed out a couple times, and he was having that heart problem as well. But Mitrion was back there all gloved up, already taped up, had his gloves on, was hitting mitts. And then there were some of the behind-the-scenes cameras that caught a moment where I believe it was Dana coming back there telling him the fight was canceled, and Mitrion just was, cussing up a storm. No way. No, not at all. No. But then all of a sudden you saw it shift where all of a sudden he was worried about Stefan, and he walked down there, went backstage or to his locker room, and man, he just hugged him, and Stefan was sobbing. And Matt Mitrion was just like, hey, it's all right, bro. I know if you could fight, you would have, and all that other stuff. And so I guess he had passed at least 1 or 2 kidney stones the fight week, maybe the couple days before weigh-ins. And then the day of the fight, they just started coming back out. I think he had something like 15 or 20 total. So, man, I know all the ladies out there, you're a lot tougher than us giving birth, but I hear this is the equivalent, for the men, is passing a kidney stone.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
That'd be more like passing a marble through your dick hole, Maybe even a golf ball. Seems like it's not even close. Yeah. It probably hurts. Definitely sucks.
Yeah, it does. But that 15 or 20 of them, something like that, it had to be brutal instead of just 1 or 2.
They are a side effect of weight cutting for a lot of people, right? Like, I know Aldo had one, and I think some other fighters have had them too, and they think it has to do, there's some sort of connection with massive dehydration, which I'm sure Matt doesn't have to worry about, fighting heavyweight. He doesn't have to cut the weight like that. So I wonder what caused his.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, exactly. I mean, you're putting your kidneys through so much when you're cutting weight, especially those extreme weight cuts.
Yeah,
I'm lucky I'm a heavyweight. Very fortunate.
Yeah, dude. Fuck all that, man. Because there's very few real submission artists today in the heavyweight division. It used to be Fedor when he was in his prime was a submission artist. Yeah. Of course, Nogueira was the premier submission artist. Frank Mir, one of the all-time greats for sure in terms of his accomplishments as a submission artist. But there's not a whole lot of that today. You see knockouts and stuff, especially in the UFC. You don't see a whole lot of submissions.
Right.
Except Verdum. Verdum can still submit people and won the title off of Kane that way.
Yeah.
Do you feel like Bellator is getting more respect now? Like it's becoming more of for a while it was looked at as sort of an also-ran, but I think like now with the lineups getting stronger and stronger, it seems like the organization is growing in notoriety.
Yeah, I believe so. And I think it's healthy.
It's very important, I think. Yeah. It's good for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. And great for the fighters.
My bosses might disagree at the UFC, but I really think, I don't think they would. I think they'd probably agree. I think it's important. It's important to have competition. It's good. It's good for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, I think Bader just came over.
Yep.
Phil Davis
is over. Phil Davis is the light heavyweight champion now?
Yep, absolutely.
So you don't really have a heavyweight champion? Is that what's going on?
They stripped Vitaly Minikov of it because he's fighting over his contract allowed him to fight in Fight Nights or EFN over in Russia. I went over there, cornered Josh against Vitaly. And So he just hasn't come back, and he just is. I think he's making money in Russia and fighting there, and they're kind of been in a standoff. And he can come back and fight, but he's been stripped of his belt. And now I think they're, Scott's a smart guy, so is Rich. They're putting something together for the heavyweights, and yeah, the Fedor Matt Mitrion fight, that's going to be exciting to watch.
That's not for a title, though, right?
No, it's not for a title, but
is that a 3-rounder?
Yes, three fives.
So when are they going to try to have a heavyweight title?
I think it's coming up pretty soon. So I think probably in the next 6 months, or within that next 3 months.
Now, looking at yourself and your own development and growth, how far away do you feel like you are from that, from fighting for that?
Man, I want it now. I want to take that now, but I think that realistically, being smart, strategic, get another couple wins under my belt, some good wins, where I get to go in there and really show to myself, to Bellator, one, I need to earn it, and two, I need to get a couple more real impressive wins under my belt. And yeah, I think I know who I am as a fighter, and I can hang with those guys. It's just I need to build back, because it was a long time off.
Yeah, no, imagine.
Yeah, it was a long time off, but train with great guys. I think in the next 2 or 3 fights, I'll really start taking big steps up, and then after that, maybe in the next 2-3 years, I'll have that belt.
Yeah, they have their division is interesting now. Rampage is going to heavyweight too, right?
Yeah, I think it's a catch weight against King Mo. I think that might be this next Friday or Saturday. So.
Yeah.
They're fighting in Chicago.
Yeah, I've been reading shit talking online.
Yeah. Yeah, they keep going back and forth. I think King Mo keeps trying to fat shame Rampage, and then he's coming back. So,
I love that expression. It's so silly. It wants fighters fat shaming when they're about to beat the fuck out of each other. Call it fat shaming.